It is 9:52 a.m. I had one trade with GCLT and a missed trade with SHMP. And let's go over SHMP first, which would have worked out. This one would have been pretty impressive if I was able to be a part of it, but I didn't get filled in this one, and it's just been downtrending. It's been having gap downs, and is known to have a gap down, and then it does a nice spike, a move towards the upside. So when it had a gap down, and then it was immediately showing that it was trying to consolidate and play off of this 9 cent level, I was interested in it when it looked like it was going to finally break 9 cents, and I did try to buy 3,000 shares at 9 cents, and that was at 9.34. I didn't get filled, unfortunately, and then I had a quick move to, yeah, I got to 95. So this was a pretty profitable setup, and again, I wish I was a part of it, but at least I did what I was supposed to, and I didn't get filled, which was too bad. I did try to get in again at this 911 level, 935, but I didn't get filled, and yeah, it kind of was the type of thing where the ask lifted up a bunch and then the bid kind of struggled to catch up with it, but there was plenty of chance to sell this thing at a pretty nice point. And yeah, the setup did work out. Again, I just wasn't filled. And then I did trade this one. I feel a little rusty because this one really worked out. And being a Monday and everything, I do want to give myself some slack, but at the same time, I need to stick to the thing that I've talked about many times, in that if I'm not cutting losses quickly, I need to sell at least in two pieces. And here with GCLT, I was in the setup. It is like a morning panic bounce play. You can call it one, but it's not really a perfect one because it was a gap up from this previous day, and then that gap up got sold into, but it even did get below into the previous day level. So that was pretty impressive. I had a trend line and it broke the trend line, and I was interested in it. Ultimately, at 941, I bought 2,600 shares at 323. 941 was right here, right when it looked like it was gonna not just break past the trend line, but try to reverse. And I was in right here at 323, and I held on to it, but there was a lot of sellers right here just under 33, and I didn't like it. There was some people at the bid, and then they would get sold into, but it actually worked out eventually. It broke past 33, as you can see right here at 947, and it continued, and it even got above VWAP, which is pretty impressive. So there was plenty of room for opportunity, and I did sell my entire position at 325, which sucks because it worked out, but it just felt really bad, and I got out right here at 325. Just 2 minutes later, it did break past 33, and it made a move above VWAP. Ideally, what I could have done better was sell half of my position and then maybe cut the trade with the other half, sell the other half if it were to have broken this support level at 32. I could have done something like that. So then when it got to this point right here, when it's breaking past 33 and even getting above VWAP, I could be able to sell that other half, maybe that other half in two pieces, and then that will be a lot better. So there was plenty of room for improvement right here. Missed opportunity with SHMP, but at least I tried it. And this one I could have traded a lot better, but I'm going to give myself some slack again because it's a Monday. But if I do something like this, I'll probably just, in my charting and everything, I'll rank it as me trading that one badly. It is 10:29 a.m. and I traded this one a lot better, although there's always something I could do to be better. GCLT is the same stock as I traded last time, and this was a different setup. This was like a setup where it's breaking a resistance level with the idea that it's going to eventually try to make a move and break the day high. I was long 3,000 shares, and that was at 1023 at 393, so 1023 was right here. I got in at 1023, this candle at 393. Right when it looks like it was starting to make a move here and then break this level right here at 393. I was in it, and it did do what I wanted to do. It made a move towards the 4 cent breakout level, and it did break out of it, but it's not really doing too much right here. Maybe it's trying to aggressively consolidate here and then maybe try to break this level again later. That could be ideal. Or this could also be the head of the head and shoulders. Here's the shoulder, and now we have the head, and it might make a move towards VWAP, and then that might actually be also a setup I might take into consideration and trade. So that's the idea with it, and it didn't break much past this 4 cent level. I did sell half of my position at 1024 at 398. 1024 was right here. I sold it at 398 right here. Sold half of my position, and then I sold the other half in the same minutes at 397. And yeah, I mean, it did get above 4, but not too much more. And that was it for this setup right here. I'll be watching it. Maybe you can try to break the day high, the new day high, or maybe make it more of a confirmation and really break past it, or it might be a potential dip buy. I'll continue to watch it, and that's pretty much it in terms of setups that I'm looking at right now. Alright, it is 9:55 p.m. and I'm gonna be up on the day $6.77. That was trading GCLT 3 times, and the first time right here, there was a lot of room for improvement. I could have sold half of my position when it was sketchy, and then I could have tried to have sold that other half when it was actually working, and who knows where I would have been able to sell that half, but that was definitely something I could have done better. And then I did trade it later, which was around 1023, right around here when it was looking like it was gonna try to break this level right here and then make a move towards the day high, and it did, but it did not really do that much. It didn't uptrend that much afterwards, which was way up here. It did make that head and shoulders, a shoulder, head, and the shoulder, but it just kind of ran out of volume. It did break the level later, but I wasn't there. And it even did like a thing where it breaks this 4 cent level. It gets to 43, and then it drops right to the same breakout level, and then it holds it. So this was like a confirmed breakout, but I don't regret missing it too much. I wasn't there when it happened, and the volume wasn't that nice. And then it started to panic. Ideally tomorrow, even though it was only up 2 days in a row, it could be a potential morning panic bounce play and it can have better momentum. But I did trade it one more time, and that was around here. And I don't mind actually selling my position at once, the entire thing, because late afternoon panics are very sketchy. They don't always work. They tend to not work, and they trade with a wide spread. And this one had volume, but sometimes the volume is really, really massive, but it's like it's not helpful. It just seems very sketchy compared to one in the very morning where they more often than not offer a bounce, as you can see right here. I did trade it, and that was at 337 right here. I did buy when I saw that it was starting to show some kind of a sign that it was going to bottom around this 27.2 level and not downtrend more, which it did ultimately end up doing, holding this 27 level, but it didn't really bounce that much. It bounced as high as 29.5, and I did get in right here at this 337 time period at 28 flat, and I did get out very quickly the next minute at 29 because it immediately started the uptrend and it got as high as 295, and I've seen that happen before where the stock is having a panic and then it for a briefly short amount of time it just shoots up and then it just continues to sell off. As you can see, it kind of did something like that here. So that was my sell ultimately, and that was the next minute. I don't mind it at all. It was actually pretty good for what it was, and I did trade more size because my dollar risk level was the same, but my risk level was much higher than it was way back here in the morning. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a few opportunities I could have done better. Could have been super profitable with that first trade right here with GCLT, even with how sketchy it was. This one was impressive. This one did break the day high ultimately, although it didn't really like offer much of a setup. It just broke it and went up a little, very similar to GCLT. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna call it off. I did watch EVFM a few times, but I never traded it because I don't like listed stocks as much as I do with OTCs. That's all I have for today.